My name is Brent Mukai. I'm from Las Vegas. I'm actually originally from Hawaii, but now I'm living in Las Vegas. I've been living there for about 6 years now. I'm an actor, I'm a screenwriter, I'm a producer, I'm an improv comedian, and I'm a rapper. Somnium Productions was originally Brass Taurus Productions. It was owned by Sean Jackson and 3 other partners. The way that I became a part of the group was I was working in the film department for nothing. I was basically interning. One of the days I was signing it out. This is about 2-3 months in, and this lady comes. Her name's Monica Moses, and she's like, "Oh yeah, so I'm renting out all this film equipment, and I'm just being friendly." I'm like, "Oh cool, what's it for?" Blah blah blah. It's like, "Oh, I'm shooting this web series, and I'm hoping, you know, it'll go places." Fast forward 10 minutes later, she's about to leave. She's halfway out the door, and then she turns around, and she's like, "Hey, I never asked, what is it that you want to do?" And I'm like, "Well, I kind of want to write." She's like, "That's crazy. I need a writer." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Sean Jackson helped out on one of the shoots that was on, and that's how I met him. He was talking about this web series that he was doing. Seemed like a very personable guy. So I went up to him and I was like, "Please, could I help out in any way on the project that you're working on? It sounds interesting. I don't know anything. I'm from Hawaii. I have no experience whatsoever. I came up here with a dream in mind, and I want to do it." And he said, "Sure." He looked me in the eye and he said, nobody really says that anymore. Nobody really is honest. Everybody wants to say that they do things. I respect the fact that you came up to me and you asked me, and you were very humble." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Before I joined Somnium, I went up to UNLV, and my goal at that point was just to form kind of a film crew, a little group of people that I could film with and have a good time with. Somnium Animation came to be through a large series of failures. Basically, me, Alberto, Triana, Christian, Tomas, we were friends from high school, and we were like, "Hey, Christian can draw, Alberto, you can sort of draw storyboards, and Brent, you can write, so why don't we just do like an animation thing? It seems so simple, right?" That was in like 2008. We just got it started basically last year in May, so it's like 2012. We went through the whole gamut of everything. We tried manga studio and like anime studio, and came out looking like this, kind of like puppets dancing. It was around sometime last year, and we were finally like, "You know what? Let's just spring the money. Let's buy this cool animation software called Toon Boom Animate. It's from Canada. They use it on Family Guy. They did like some stuff on Princess and the Frog." We had a lot of support from Sean and Kathleen. With Somnium itself, it's like a family pretty much. And I think it has to be. If you're gonna work together for that long, you have to be like a family. They had known that we wanted to do animation almost from the beginning. So when we were like, "We're gonna do this, it's gonna happen, no more excuses," they were all for it, and they helped out in any way they could, and they still do to this day. A great positive moment in my career. There have been countless. One moment especially was when I was 19. I was driving out here actually to a place called the Lost Studio. I was told Nicolas Cage went there, so of course I had to go check out where Nicolas Cage learned his acting craft. No, I love Nick Cage. I was 5 weeks in, and my car breaks down in like about 2 hours away from Vegas and about 2 hours away from LA. And I'm just like, "Oh my God, this really sucks." I slept in my car. I looked up the thing the next day. I towed my car over to the nearest, to the nearest Chrysler factory, because I had a PT Cruiser. I take it over there, and they're like, "Okay, well, it's gonna take us all day to fix your car." They come out at about 5 p.m. and they're like, "Hey, so yeah, we couldn't fix the car. There was a problem." And at this point, I'm like fuming and I'm furious. They're like, "Okay, so yeah, we'll put you up in a rental car. You can go back home, and then you can drive back out here, get everything you need straightened away." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever it takes." It's about 5 p.m. I'm at a Hertz, like right next door. I get this call from my sister, and I pick up the phone, I'm like, hello? She's like, hey, Brent, so Grandpa died. And at this point, I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, Grandpa died. I seriously just cannot believe everything that's going on. I stop off at the mall again, because now it's like I have to. Like I have to chill out. There's no way I can drive home like this right now. So I go over. The show at the Improv, Steve Byrne, is that night. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I could really use a good laugh right now. I decided to go see the show. Steve Byrne's awesome, he's amazing as always. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but you should go see him because he is hilarious. I laughed so hard, and I couldn't believe that I was laughing. As I was laughing, I couldn't believe that I was laughing with all of these terrible things that were happening, and I just felt better. It changed something inside of me, and my day went from being this whole terrible series of like 3-day events that were just awful like that to being like, I'm laughing now, and things are gonna be okay. It made me push myself to be better at improv because of that, to be better at writing comedy and acting comedy and doing all that stuff because I want to do that to people. I think that everybody wants to change lives. In that moment, I thought, I'm doing comedy, and if I can do for someone else, just one other person, what Steve Byrne just did for me, then I'm doing the right thing. And I'm going after something noble, and I'm doing something that I love to do that can help other people. If you want to get started doing anything, find a group of people that are doing what you want to do and work for them and do whatever, because all of that hard work, and pursue it like you want it. Actions speak louder than words. Show the people at the top that you deserve to be at that top, that you want it more than everybody else. Do whatever it takes. Day will come eventually, once you put your dues in, that they'll say that they'll recognize it, and they'll be like, you know what, you've been doing a really good job here, and you've been putting in a lot of work, and we'd like you to move up. In this day and age, we're oversaturated with everything. Stand out, be yourself, and find what makes you hilarious or talented, what drives you. Find what you love and just pursue it. I think there's only one shot, and I never wanted to be 70 years old and wake up one day and say, oh man, if only I had done acting and I tried it out, maybe I could have been good. Because at that point it's too late. And you gotta live life like it might be over tomorrow. Hey! Thanks for watching the Always Summer Project. My name is Brent Mukai. You can find me on Twitter at Brent Mukai. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.brentmukai or whatever. You can find me on LinkedIn, Brent Mukai. I'm very boring. Somnium Productions, Jest Serendipity. Those are the two big things that I rep. And thanks for watching. Just follow your passions, follow your dreams. You know, it'll take you far. Stay tuned, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't know why this is so difficult.
So you're looking at,
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. Go after your dreams. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. And if they do, punch them in the groin. Unless they're a woman.